Welcome back, everyone. While there is a pink movement now year-round, October remains Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and as advances continue to be made in treatment, care, and research, if we're going to be vigilant in this fight, we still need to catch any cancer early. Allison Miller with the American Cancer Society, she's back with us this morning. Allison, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You know, if we're talking about breast cancer overall, where are we at with screening and the death rate from breast cancer?
Well, the death rate from breast cancer continues to decline, thankfully, and that is in large part to more women being aware of when they should get their age-appropriate screening, and then should they be diagnosed, hopefully catching that cancer much earlier when it's much more treatable.
You know, I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but the guidelines and the recommendations have been kind of back and forth and changing a little bit for years. Where are we at right now with that? Women over
40, the American Cancer Society still recommends that women over 40 get their screening. The debate sort of came with the U.S. Preventative Task Force recommendations last year that said 50. So it really depends. Between 40 and 50, you should really speak with your doctor, but as far as the Cancer Society goes, we still do recommend that women start getting yearly mammograms at 40.
For families right now, we know there are a lot of families out there struggling with any medical bills, but this is not something you're saying women, and in some cases, men should forego. This is a screening that really needs to take place after a certain age or if you're in a certain risk group. There is the Wisconsin Well Women program that is available for women in this state. Can you talk about what that offers?
Sure. I mean, it certainly doesn't do women any good to hear they should get a mammogram if you don't have insurance or your insurance isn't going to cover your screening and you can't afford it. So this program is there to help women who would otherwise be unable to pay for their mammogram. And so if you fall into that category, which like you mentioned, unfortunately, it seems more women are, you don't have to skip that screening. You can contact the Well Woman program, which is funded through the state and through the federal government to see if you qualify and then get that mammogram. So you know, one, you have the peace of mind if you're healthy, you got your mammogram, you don't have breast cancer, or unfortunately, if you do, hopefully you can catch it as early as possible when it's most treatable.
This is still the single most effective way to catch it early. We had this up on the screen, 98% survival rate for 5 years out if it's caught early.
Right, but if it's caught late and it has spread, that survivability rate plummets to about 27%. So that's a huge difference and really does speak to the importance. You know, while mammograms are not perfect, they are the best tool we have right now, and if you can catch it right away, your chances of beating it are much better.
Most important message you'd want to send to any woman out there?
Well, you know, get the screening at an age-appropriate time. Talk to your doctor about when it's best to go ahead and get that mammogram, and then be sure to do it. Again, Well Woman is out there to help you if you don't have insurance or if your insurance isn't going to cover enough of it, and they can make sure that you get that screening.
Put a date on your calendar. I know you were just out in Washington, D.C. with a bunch of advocates trying to push for at least sustained funding for cancer research. So we look forward to talking to you about that here in the near future.
Look forward to it.
Allison, thanks so much for coming in
Thank
today.
you.
We'll put a link to the Wisconsin Well Women program at NBC15.com. Just look under news links.